Hello, my name is Claudia Gallo. In today's Vinyasa class, we'll be using the Ashtanga primary series as our base and take it from there. Okay, so we'll start in a child's pose. Open up your knees wider than your hips, bring your toes to touch, and sit back to your heels as you extend the arms forward, and rest the forehead on the ground. Taking a few centering breaths in and out of your nose. Let your hips get heavier and heavier. And taking this moment to arrive fully into this present moment. And we'll start activating the Ujjayi breath. So deeper breath in and longer breath out, constricting slightly the back of the throat, making more of an oceanic sound. And we'll use this breath throughout the practice to heat up the internal body and to activate the fire within. And allow this breath to anchor you into the present moment at all times. Let it be your cue to be here, to be now. Maintain a rhythm of your Ujjayi breath that is comfortable for you. And drop the hips back even more and lengthen the sides of the waist. Reach your arms ahead. And then look up and walk your arms all the way over to the right side, bringing the chest on top of the right leg, head in between your arms. And lift the head up and walk your arms all the way over to the left side, extending the right side of the body, and breathing in and out with your Ujjayi breath. Come back to center and come all the way to all fours, hands and knees. Shoulders over wrists, knees under the hips. And start shaking your hips from side to side. And then start to move your spine in a cat and cow, or it can be a little bit more freely, simply to start releasing any stagnant energy in your spine, waking up your back. Now sync it with your breath. As you inhale, lift the tailbone up, open the heart. And as you exhale, draw the abdomen in and look back. Inhale, lift the tailbone up, pull the heart forward, chin up. And exhale, round your back even more through the upper back. A couple more, sinking. Inhale, you open. Exhale, contracting. Good. Keep grounding from the hands, the fingertips, and take your right arm all the way up, opening up the right shoulder, reaching the arm up. Exhale, bring it back down. And again, inhale, open the right side, reaching the right arm up to the sky. Exhale, down. And last one, inhale up, turn the upper body, and exhale, bring the right hand down, ground that right hand, and open with the left side. Open the arm, reach it up. Exhale, bring it down. Sync the movement to the breath. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more time, opening up the left shoulder, reaching the left fingers up, and back down. Good. Now walk your hands forward. Keep the hips on top of your knees. Walk your hands all the way forward. Press the hands down. Then drop the chest and drop the forehead to the floor. Hips go slightly back, chest goes towards the mat. Press the hands down to come back. Make your way to a downward dog. Curl the back toes and pull the hips up and back. And take about 5 breaths here, just centering into your downward dog, making it your home base. So you might need to open up your feet a little wider. You might like to bend your knees more in downward dog, or walk your heels for a moment, just creating more space, or move your hips. Just explore here in your downward dog, see what feels good for you. Look ahead, bend the knees and walk all the way up to the top of the mat, feet parallel, hands to shins, lift the heart halfway up, and as you exhale, fold over the legs. Relax the head and chest. Bend the knees a little bit more until your ribs, your chest touch the thighs, and then start to roll yourself up vertebra by vertebra. Keep the knees bent as you come up. Come all the way to the top of the mat, legs together. Palms to heart center. Connect again to your Ujjayi breath. And we'll start our sun salutations A. Round the feet, energize the legs. Reach the crown of the head up. Continuous breath in and out. Inhale, open the arms around and up. Look up. Exhale, fold forward and down. Inhale, lift the chest halfway up, shoulders slightly back. Exhale, step back into a plank pose. Keep the shoulders over the wrists. Tilt the chest forward a little bit more. You can go down with the knees or straight down, all the way to the floor for this first one. Point the toes, ground through the front of the feet, and lift the chest slightly up. Keep the elbows bent. Shoulder blades back, lift the heart forward. Exhale, bring the chest down. Press up to your knees. And 3 breaths in downward dog. Ujjayi breath in. Ujjayi breath out. Look forward, bend the knees, and step or hop to the top of the mat. Hands down to the shins or floor, look up. Exhale, fold. And inhale, open the arms around and up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms around and up. Exhale, fold forward and down. Inhale, lift the heart halfway up, parallel to the floor. Exhale, step or hop back into a plank. Shoulders over wrists. In a straight plank, go all the way down to the floor. Inhale, lift the chest up, cobra pose. Exhale, back into downward dog for 3 breaths. Ground through the inner hand and fingertips and really pull the hips up and back. You can bend the knees a little bit if you feel tight in the back of the legs or in your lower back. And then drawing the heels down towards the floor. They don't need to touch, but the energy of them is going down towards the floor. Look forward, bend the knees, and step or hop back to the top. Hands to shins, look up. Exhale, fold, relax the head. And inhale, arms around and all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms around and up. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, lift the heart up, long neck. Exhale, step or hop back into plank. Chaturanga down. This one go halfway down. Elbows into the body, straight line. And then point the toes, bring the top of the feet down. Keep the thighs and the hips off the floor. Upward dog. Squeeze the shoulders back. And exhale, roll over your feet. Curl the toes and come back to downward dog. 3 breaths. Look forward, bend the knees, and step or hop back to the top. Hands to shins or floor, look up. Exhale, fold, release the neck. Inhale, arms around and all the way up. Look up. Exhale, hands to heart. Take one full breath in. Full breath out. We'll take our sun salutations B, a little bit modified, okay? So squeeze the legs together, come into a chair pose, sitting back, lifting the arms up. Squeeze the legs, look down to your feet, make sure you can see your toes. Less of a curve in your lower back, so tailbone is heavy, lower belly is in. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, lift the heart up and take your vinyasa. All right, so you can choose which chaturanga you want, upward dog or cobra. It's your flow. And we meet back in a downward dog. In downward dog, take the right leg up and back, and just enough so that the right hip doesn't open up much. Up, and then bend the knee into the chest, round the upper back a little bit, and step the leg in between your hands. Move the foot a little bit more to the right thumb, and draw the back heel down. Bend the front knee, lift up into a warrior one. Arms can be open or hands together. Ground from the back leg, bend a little deeper. And from here, roll the back foot open a little bit, and we're gonna open up into a warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior up and back. Keep bending the front leg. And as you exhale, cartwheel the hands down to the floor. Turn the back heel up. Keep the left hand on the floor and reach the right arm up. Bring the hand down, step back, and take your vinyasa. From downward dog, take your left leg up and back, hips stay in line. Bend the knee into your chest, round the upper back and step the foot through. Move the foot a little closer to the left thumb, ground the right heel on the floor, and lift the body up for warrior one. Ground the back leg a little bit more, bend a little deeper. And then open up the back leg a little bit, so you open the back hip and open the arms into warrior two. Inhale, reverse the warrior up and back. And exhale, cartwheel the hands down, turn the back heel up. Keep the right hand on the floor, lift the left arm up for a twist. Exhale, bring the hand down and take your flow. Chaturanga down, upward dog or cobra. Exhale to downward dog. We stay for 3 breaths. Grounding the hands, lengthening the sides of the waist even more. And pulling the sit bones up. Look up, bend the knees, step or hop back to the top. Look up halfway. Exhale, fold, release the chest. Bend the knees, arms back, and up into chair pose. Hands together, stand up, hands to heart. So we'll do that twice more. Each time a little bit faster, a little bit more breath to movement, syncing your breath to the movement. So I'll cue one more, and the third one, you'll do it alone, okay? All right, let's do chair pose together. Inhale, exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, lift the heart up. Exhale, step or hop back, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale into downward dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up and back. Exhale, step the foot through, walk it out to the right, back heel down, warrior one, open up. Move the back leg and open into warrior two, walk it back so you're wider. Inhale, reverse the warrior up and back. And exhale, cartwheel the hands down to the floor, back heel up. Inhale, right arm reaches up. Exhale here in the twist. Arm down, go ahead and take your vinyasa. From downward dog, lift your left leg up and back. Exhale, bend the knee, step it through. Back heel down, inhale, lift up into warrior one. Exhale, open up into warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior up and back. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down to the floor. Inhale, lift the arm up. Exhale, twist the upper back. Arm down, step back, and take your vinyasa. Good. Stay 3 breaths in downward dog. Recentering, coming back home. Feeling your internal heat. Look forward, bend the knees, step or hop back to the top, hands to shins, look up. Exhale, fold, relax the head. Bend the knees, come back into chair pose. Palms together and palms to heart. Okay, so this round, I'll let you do it alone. I'll do it silently here with you. And we'll meet back at the top of the mat, okay? Okay, once you're back at the top of the mat, open up your feet as wide as your hips. Bring your hands to the hips. Good, feet parallel. Ground through the 4 corners of your feet. So make sure you're balanced between the back of the big toe, the back of the pinky, and the 2 sides of your heels. Inhale, lift the chest up. And start to send the chest forward as you send the hips back. And fold over your legs, hinging at the hip. So try to keep the back long. You might need to bend the knees in order to keep the spine reaching forward. If you feel like your back rounds in the middle, you'll definitely want to bend the knees a little bit, okay? So lengthen the back and then fold over the legs. And we're gonna slide the hand, all the hand, under the feet. So you might need to bend even more to do that. And you'll want the tip of the toes to be right at the crease of the wrist. Inhale, lift the chest a little bit forward. And as you exhale, fold completely. Bending the elbows out. And draw the shoulders slightly back away from the ears. Just a little bit in this position. Good. Send the weight slightly forward, more to the toes. Take 3 more Ujjayi breaths. Continuous breath in, continuous breath out. Try not to rush the exhalation. Good. Inhale, look forward. Now we're going to hook the big toe with your peace fingers from the inside of the toe. Hook it with your peace fingers, index and middle finger. Good. Hook it out. Inhale, look forward. And exhale, bend the elbows out to the sides and bring the chest to the legs. Again, if you need to bend, see if you bend a little bit and lift the sit bones up. And then maybe you start to straighten the legs a little bit. Crown of the head heavy towards the ground. 2 more long breaths in and out. In, out. Inhale, look forward. Bring the hands to the hips and lift all the way back up. Close the legs together. Okay. We're going to open up the right leg back and open up to the right side. So the toes are pointing all the way out. Widen up your legs and open up the arms. And you can check the distance. The wrists are right on top of your ankles. All right? See that for a moment. Bring your hands to the hips and roll your right leg out. Roll the left toe slightly in. Coming into triangle pose from here. Right hip back, right arm reaches out and down. Okay, if you have a block, maybe you bring the hand to the block outside of the foot. And try to extend the right side of the torso and reach the left arm up. Ground even more from the front or from your right toe mount and from the left heel. And keeping the legs strong, see if you can lean back a little bit more. 1 more full breath. Good. Ground the feet, lift the body up, hands to your hip, close the right leg in and turn the left foot out. Right toe slightly in. Open the arms out, left hip back, left arm reaches out and down to the left leg. If you have a block, maybe move it around. Good, and see that the left side of the waist is nice and long. 2 more full breaths. Ground the feet and lift all the way back up. Bring the hands to your hips, close the foot in, and you're going to heel toe the feet a little wider. Then turn the right leg out. Bend the knee in line with the second toe, towards the second toe. Open up the arms. And you're going to bring either the forearm or the hand outside of the foot. All right, so forearm can be forearm just on top of the knee, and the other arm goes out and over the head in a side angle pose. So ground through the back leg and reach through the left arm, extending all the left side of the body. This right arm can also be down on the floor or on a block. See that the right hip is coming in towards the midline, and you're turning a little bit more from your upper back, maybe even looking under the arm. 1 more breath. Ground the feet and lift all the way up, hands to your hip. Turn the feet now to the front, opening the left leg. Right toes can come slightly in. Bend the left knee in line with the second toe. Notice what happens to the hip if it roll from the inner thigh up. Arms out, forearm to the front leg, and right arm out in a long line from the right foot to the right fingertips. Hand can also be down on a block. Turn the rib cage, maybe look under the arm if that's comfortable for your neck. 1 more full breath. Ground the feet and lift all the way up. Hands to your hip, heel toe the feet. One more in, bend the knees and hop to close. Come to the top of the mat. Bring the hands together. Take a full breath in, a full breath out. And we'll take a little vinyasa here, or sun salutation A. Inhale, arms around and up. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, lift the heart up. Exhale, step or hop back. Take your vinyasa. At any time in practice, if you want to skip vinyasas, you can stay in a downward dog. Exhale, back to downward dog. Take 3 breaths. Look forward, bend the knees and step or hop back to the top. Look up halfway. Exhale, fold, relax the head. Inhale, arms around and all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Hands to the hip. This time we're going to open with the left leg back and turn the toes to face the left side. And again, that same distance with the ankles right under the wrists. Now the toes are going to come slightly more in. Hands to hips. Lift the heart up as you inhale. And as you exhale, hinge at the hip. Send the heart forward and bring the hands down to the floor or to a block if needed. Okay, take another deep breath. Inhale, lift the heart up. And as you exhale, you're going to fold completely in the middle of your legs and walk your hands back. Maybe in line with your feet. Maybe they stay here on the block. Make it back. Bend the elbows and drop the head towards the ground. Now ground through the feet and use the inner thighs to draw into each other, as if there's more like a magnetic line in the middle of your hips. Send the weight slightly forward so it's equal through the toes and the heel. One more breath. Inhale, look up halfway, lift the heart forward, ground the feet even more, hands to hip, and lift all the way up. Another one here, interlace the fingers behind your back, squeeze the shoulders, lift the heart, and fold over the legs, lifting the knuckles up and over your head. Relax the neck, hips forward. And take another 3 Ujjayi breaths. Look up halfway, release the arms to the ground, lift the heart halfway up, ground the feet, legs strong to lift all the way back up. Heel toe the feet, bend the knees and hop to close. Come back to the top of the mat. Let's have the block handy on the right side. Come into a chair pose. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, lift the heart up. Exhale, step or hop back into your flow or stay in your downward dog. You're going to lift the right leg up and back, bend the knee and step the leg in between your hands. Now walk your back foot a little step in and drop the heel to the ground. Start to extend the right leg. Maybe walk the hands to the shin or to the sides, or if you have 2 blocks, put them under your hands. You're going to start to extend the right leg and send the right hip back. See if you open up the right foot to the side one little bit. That might be more spacious through the hips. Send the chest up halfway, and as you exhale, fold over the leg. Just notice the position of your hips. You want the position of the hips slightly more squared, so you might need to bring the right hip back and the left hip slightly forward. Now lift the chest up, And here's where we're going to use the block here. You can put it on the inside or outside of the foot. Bring your left hand to the block, okay, crossing. Send the chest forward for a moment and the hand to your lower back, the right hand to your lower back. Then take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, start to twist from the belly, then the ribs, and then the chest. Take another deep breath in, exhale, twist even more from your upper back, and then maybe send the right arm up. Ground the feet and squeeze them in through the midline. 3 more Ujjayi breaths. Shoulders slightly back to lengthen the spine, but keep that twist going. Good, right arm back, down. Take a breath, bend the front knee, and go ahead and take a vinyasa. We meet back in downward dog. You can move the block to the left side. Now left leg up and back. Bend the knee, step the left foot in between your hands, and walk the back foot a step in so that you ground the heel back. Then start to extend the leg. Maybe you bring the hands to your shin, maybe with blocks. I like to walk the foot out a little bit to have more space in my hips. You can see how that works for you. And then inhale, lift the heart up, lengthen the spine more, and exhale, fold over the leg. Left hip slightly back, right hip slightly forward to level the hips. And 3 more Ujjayi breaths. Grounding the right heel back and grounding from the toe mount so that you release weight from the back of the knee. Extend the chest forward. Bring the block inside or outside of your front foot. Right hand on the block, and the block can be also taller if needed. And left hand to your lower back. Okay, take a pause here. Make sure your spine is long, so the tailbone going back and the chest going forward. Take a deeper breath in, and as you exhale, twist from the belly, the ribs, and the chest. Pause there. Take another deep breath in, and exhale, twist again. Belly, ribs, chest. Opening the left shoulder, maybe reaching the arm up. Legs are strong. 3 more breaths in this twist. Revolving Trikonasana. Left arm back, down, bend the front leg, and take your vinyasa. Chaturanga down, upward dog or cobra. And exhale into downward dog. Take a full breath in, full breath out through the mouth, releasing a little bit of heat. Now lift the right leg up and back, and you're going to roll open the hip this time, bend the knee. Reach the knee up, up, up. And then look forward, send the knee forward and the shin down into a pigeon pose. All right? So this posture is not in the primary series. We're definitely just adding it out. And we'll keep this slightly active, okay? So you can stay with your fingertips on the ground, or you can bring the elbows, but keep the chest lifting. And keep the outer edge of the right foot pressing down. You can bring the foot closer or out more if needed. Bring the hands down on the floor. You're going to drop towards the right hip and send the left leg all the way forward and all the way across outside of your right leg, Bring the right foot closer to the left hip. Left knee up. Coming into a twist here. Inhale, lift the chest up. Bring your left hand behind you. Right arm up. Exhale, twist. Belly, ribs, and chest, and elbow outside of the knee. Hooks, and you can pull the heart up. As you exhale again, twist. Maybe close your eyes. And taking your 5 Ujjayi breaths, nice and cleansing breaths. Come back to center. Bring the hands behind you, uncross your legs. Bring the legs together with the knees bent. Find your sit bones. Hands behind your knees. Roll the shoulders back. And lift the legs up for Navasana. You can bend the knees and keep the knees in line with their ankles or straighten the legs completely. Squeeze the shoulders slightly back to pull the heart forward and stay here for 5. 4, legs strong, squeeze them in together. 3, 2, and 1. Cross the legs. Bring the heels closer to your glutes. Arms forward, and we're going to take a little hop, okay? So we're going to send the weight to the outer edge of the feet here, ground the hands, and hop back into a plank. Take your vinyasa. And from downward dog, once you settle, we'll take the left side. Take the left leg up and back, roll open the hip, bend the knee, pointing the knee up to the sky. And then close the hip to send the leg all the way forward for your pigeon. Shin down, back leg back and rolls in. Ground through the outer edge of your left foot. Maybe bring the foot in or out more. And you can stay on your hands or elbows for 5 breaths. Bring the hands back down to the floor. Lean onto your left hip and bring the right leg all the way across. Right foot outside of your left thigh. And bring the left foot closer to the right hip. Hands hug your shin, lift the chest up. Right arm goes back, left arm reaches up. And exhale, twist the body. Elbow hooks outside of the knee. Lift the chest on the inhale. And exhale, twist. The neck is the last one to turn. So try to turn more from the belly, from the ribs, the chest, and then the head simply follows. See if you can soften the back of the neck, but still keep the spine long. One more full breath in, full breath out. Untwist the body, hands behind you, uncross the legs, squeeze the legs together, hands behind your knees, and lift back up into Navasana. Arms by the sides. This time we're going to go to Ardha Navasana and back to Navasana 5 times. Okay, so really squeeze the legs together, and we're going down more to your lower back, keeping the shoulders and the legs off the floor, and then inhale back up. And again, open it out and up. Open it out, Ardha Navasana, and back to Navasana. 2 more. Open and back. Use your breath. Good. Cross the legs. Bring the heels closer to your glutes. Roll to the outer edges of your feet, hands down, and hop back into a plank. Chaturanga down. Open into your upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Take a deeper breath in, long breath out. Look forward, bend the knees, and we're going to hop and cross the legs in the middle of the mat, okay? So bend the knees, take a little hop, and cross. Okay? And from there, sit the hips down and extend the legs. Arms go by the sides. Ground the back of the ankles to the floor with the toes up. You might need to bend the knees in order to maintain the spine long. If possible, press the back of the legs down and keep the hands down next to the glutes. Good. Coming into this Dandasana pose. Simply staying here for 5 breaths. Imagine you're sitting against a wall behind you and you're making an L shape. But if needed, you can bend the knees and just try to draw the ribs in, belly in, and be in a straight line in your back. Back of the neck long, relax the face, the jaw. Good, now inhale, lift the arms up, and as you exhale, keep the length of the sides of the body as you fold over the legs. Hands can come to the sides or to the sides of your feet. Inhale, lift the heart up, find more the front of the sit bones, and exhale, fold over the legs. Elbows can bend out. And lift the chest up, bring the hands back. Cross the legs. Again, heels close to the hips or to the front of the glutes. Arms go forward. You press the feet and lift the hips up, and then hop and send the legs back. Take your flow. Opening the heart. Exhale, downward dog. And again, we'll take a hop to sit. Okay, some of you might be able to hop all the way through. You can try that, or simply look forward, bend the knees, cross the legs in the hop, and bring the feet in the middle. And then sit the hips down. Send the legs forward. This time we bend the left knee for Janu Shirshasana. Bring the foot to the right inner thigh. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, fold over the right leg. Again, hands can come to the sides or take your foot, or if you have a belt handy, you can use the belt as well. Inhale, lengthen the heart, the chin forward, and exhale, fold. You can soften the gaze to a point just ahead or below you, or you can close your eyes and really tune into the breath. You've got 2 more breaths. And lift the chest up. Bring the hands behind you. Extend the leg out. And then bend the right knee. Bring the foot to the inner thigh. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hinge at the hips and the chest, the chin forward. And taking your forward fold on the left side. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold. Either soft gaze or close your eyes for your 5 breaths. Inhale, lift up. Bring the hands behind you. Cross the legs, send the hands forward, and hop back into your flow. Look forward, bend the knees, and this time we're going to hop into a little squat. Okay, we'll do a little bit of play in arm balance. So we can do a crow, or if you're working on any other arm balance, you can give that a try. I'll cue for crow, okay? So Spread out your fingers with your index to the front. I'd say a little bit wider than the shoulders, just to give more space. And then lift the hips up. When you bend the elbows, try it now. See that it's like chaturanga. You're bending the elbows back towards your shins. A lot of times they tend to open out to the sides, so you want to squeeze them in and point the eye of the elbow towards the back. Okay, so chaturanga arms. You're going to first round your back, lift the heels up, and bring the knees on top of the elbows. Bend the elbows a little bit in chaturanga arms, and then ground from the inner hand, fingertips very strong. Round a little bit more, hugging the belly in, and then send the weight forward. Send your hips forward and look ahead. Don't look down, look forward. Keep going forward a little bit more. Make one foot light, lift it up. Then keep going forward, and then maybe lift the other. Point and lift the heels towards your bum, and take about 5 breaths. Round more your back, see if you can extend a little bit your elbows. And maybe some of you will hop back into chaturanga, or simply step back. Take your vinyasa, and we'll hop back into sit, crossing the legs, sending them forward. Extend the legs again, and now bring your feet together. At first, we're going to bring the heels very close to us. And then just take your hands, you're going to bring the outer edges of your feet together and open your feet like it was a book. Okay, so opening up your feet. Lift the chest up, then send your chest forward. You can bring the elbows down to rest on your thighs. And just keeping the spine a bit more straight, as if you wanted to do a cobra in your upper back more. Back of the neck relaxes a little bit. 3 more breaths. Keep opening up your soles of the feet. And then lift the chest up, bring the feet together, and this time step them forward. So it's more of a wider diamond shape. Bring the feet together, interlace the fingers on your toes. Lift the heart up, and then exhale, you can round a little bit your back in this one. And you can drop your elbows to the calves or to the front, and then bring the head or forehead towards your feet. You can rest them there. 5 grounding breaths. And lift the chest up. Now from here, hook your big toe with your index and your middle finger from the inside. Hook it strongly and start to lean back, bring the feet in. Lean back and find your sit bones. Squeeze the shoulders back, open the heart, and start to lift the legs up and open up your feet. You can keep the knees bent or you can straighten the legs if possible. Lift the chest up and look up. And take your 5 breaths here. Good. Balancing in your sit bones. See if you can lift the chest up a little bit more. Okay, now we're going to play a little bit here. We're going to roll back, touch the toes to the back, and then come back to the same position. I'm going to move more to the middle of my mat so that the spine is okay. Make sure you're on your mat. If you want, look first and I'll show you. And we're going to go back, rolling over the back, touch the toes, and then come back. Whoop. Okay, it looks easy, but it's all a lot of core strength too and control. So give it a few shots, go back, touch, and come back. Lift the chest. Okay, give it a few. You're going to try the momentum. Sometimes it's too much. Sometimes we need it a little bit more. Good, give it one more try. And then bring the legs together. Look up. Shoulders down the back. 2 more breaths. Good, release the legs, cross the legs, take 1 more vinyasa. This is your last flow. Come back to sit. Send the legs forward and roll back onto your back. Bring the heels in, closer to your sit bones. Ground the feet, feet about hip distance apart. Arms by the sides. Find the 4 corners of your feet and your knees following your feet. Start to lift the hips up. Lift them up, up, up. Then squeeze the shoulders in. So lift one side to bring the shoulder in, and interlace your fingers behind your back. Press the arms down and lift the hips up a little higher. Opening up the chest. And just see if you can bring the chin slightly up so that your throat can breathe and has space. Take 2 more full breaths. Maybe squeeze the glutes a little bit to lift the hips higher. And then open up your arms and slowly come down. Okay, so we'll do 2 more back bends. Okay, so you have the option to do another bridge pose and stay for 5 breaths, or you can do a full wheel if you feel like your back is ready, like your body is ready to do so. If anything, you can also roll over to your belly and do a Dhanurasana, holding your feet and opening the heart. Okay, so you have 2 more back bends. You can also do a camel or any other back bend that you want to do, even a restorative one with a bolster behind your back. All right, I'll cue for a wheel pose, and then I'll probably do a restorative one. Okay, so ground through the feet. You're gonna turn the palms back next to your shoulders with the fingers facing your feet. Elbows in. And then lift the hips up and come up to the crown of the head. Good. Squeeze the elbows slightly in, ground the hands, and then lift the hips, lift and open up the chest. So imagine the knees going to the front and your chest going to the back. Breathing in and out continuously. Take 3 to 5 breaths, whatever's comfortable for you. And then slowly bend the elbows, bring the head back down, and slowly come all the way down. Take about 3 breaths here. You can open up your feet wider, bring your knees together. And get ready for a 3rd back bend of your choice. So I'm gonna do more of a restorative one using this block. I'm gonna bring the highest level, lift the hips and bring the block right to the sacrum. All right, even closer towards the tailbone. Just find your flat part there. And then rest the arms down. And I'll stay here for 5 breaths. If you're doing this restorative one, press the feet, lift the hips, and slide the block out. Wherever in your back bend practice you're in, start to come back. And we're going to open up the feet as wide as the mat and bring the knees together. Rest one hand to the belly, one hand to the chest. And start by letting go of the Ujjayi breath and connecting into your natural breath, the natural rhythm of your own breath. You can release the arms by the sides and windshield your knees from side to side very gently, from one side to the other. And now bring your inner legs together and extend your arms. Bring the knees to your hands. And just a little press of the knees to the hands and the hands pushing out the knees, okay? So your abdomen is gonna activate here. You can lift the head up. Just bring the knees to the hands. Hands push out the knees. Squeeze the legs together and hold it there for 5. 4, pressing all the back down on the ground. 3, 2, and 1. Hold the knees up to your chest. Give yourself a big hug. And thanking your body for allowing you to practice today. And for yourself for making the time and the space to be on your mat. And any other movements you like to do before your Shavasana, go ahead. Anything that you feel you still need. And whenever you're ready, we'll take a few minutes to rest in our Shavasana. Take up space, palms face up. And once you fully settle, take a deep breath in through the nose and sigh out the mouth. And with that exhalation, relax your whole body from head to toes. Just letting your body digest the practice and process. Letting your body and your energy rebalance. Letting yourself rest for a couple of minutes. And gently invite a deeper breath in to reawaken your body. Start to move your toes, your fingers, your head from side to side. And slowly and mindfully make your way back up to a cross-legged seat. Go ahead and take a couple breaths on your side before coming up. Nice and slow. Come up with your eyes closed if possible. Cross-legged seat with your spine long. And tune into the breath. Letting it flow throughout the midline, throughout the spine. Bring your palms together. Brush your palms, create some heat, and feel this new energy created in class. Bring the palms to your eyes, open the eyes to receive, and bring the hands down. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing, and I'll be seeing you in the next video.